Hey guys, so today's video is going to be my analysis on the Superstar Shakeup, which took place this Monday Night Raw and Tuesday Night SmackDown. For the most part, I was really happy with the selections made. Now, let's be real. Most of this shakeup was pretty much filler. A lot of mid-carders got traded to Raw or SmackDown, but for the most part, I was really thrilled and excited with the choices made. So moving forward, I think this summer is going to be really epic. I think there's going to be some really good feuds to be had with the people that moved to their new shows. So let's jump into this. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to analyze every single person that has gotten switched over to either Raw or SmackDown. We'll start with Raw first. Obviously, we know that Apollo Crews was drafted early in the day on Monday, so I don't really think anything is to come of this. I think Apollo Crews is just somebody who, you know, he's underutilized. He's good in the ring, but he has no charisma, so I don't really know how that's going to transfer on a 3-hour show. I think he's going to be filler at best, but that's just my opinion. Then we have The Miz. The Miz and Maurice got traded to Raw. I was definitely shocked. I mean, SmackDown is definitely going to miss The Miz. He definitely brought a lot of life and energy to that brand, but I hope he does not get lost in the shuffle on Raw. So I hope that he still continues to dominate and, you know, bring a life back into Raw, because I feel like Raw is missing like a big heel personality, and I think The Miz can really revive that brand a little bit more. So I am happy for The Miz, and I hope he, you know, gets to be in the main event picture sooner rather than later. I feel like he's done all he could possibly do in the mid-card, because he's really helped that IC title when he had it last year in 2016. So I just hope that he can dominate the Raw division. I'm here for that. So surprisingly enough, we see Dean Ambrose get traded to Raw. So let's talk about what everybody is talking about, right? The Shield reunion. Now, I feel like this is the only way to really revitalize Roman Reigns' career, is to put the Shield back together. So what I think is, I think that they're going to have the Shield versus a new stable come this summer. I think that's going to be like the big attraction for the Raw brand. So I don't really know what the stable is going to be. Maybe it's going to be a Bray Wyatt stable soon, you know, sooner than later, a new Wyatt family. But I think that is going to be the next big thing. And then Kurt Hawkins gets traded. Kurt Hawkins is a jobber, and unfortunately, because he actually is really good in the ring, and people really don't know that about him, but he is going to be a jobber forever and always, let's be real. I would like to discuss the biggest name on this list right next to The Miz, and that is Bray Wyatt. Now, I'm really not the biggest fan of Bray Wyatt, but Bray Wyatt did need something to boost his career, because taking that big loss to Orton at Mania did not really help him, and it did not do him any justice. So he really needed something new in his career to go on the right path. And I think he should form a new Wyatt family on Raw, with who I don't really know. Maybe they could call up a couple members of Sanity, but other than that, I'm not really sure who to put in his new family. But I think Bray works better when he's in a stable. So I just hope good things for him, because he's a younger talent and he's very young. So hopefully he's on the right path going to Raw. I just want to throw some fillers in there. I don't want to take up too much time. Heath Slater and Rhino, you know, maybe, I don't know what's going to happen. I think they're just filler tag team that got drafted to Raw. I don't expect much from them, even though they were over at one point in the summer of 2016 on SmackDown. I don't think that they're going to do anything on Raw. I think they're going to fade into obscurity, to be honest with you. Kalisto was also drafted to Monday Night Raw, I guess to help out with the Cruiserweight division, so there's that. Let's get into another big addition to the Raw roster. We have Alexa Bliss. Long Island popped crazy for her music. When it hit, she she's over. I don't care what anyone says. She's over. She's killing it. She has the best mic skills in the women's division right now. She's better than a lot of the guys on the mic, to be honest with you. Her in-ring skills need to definitely develop, but for what it's worth, she's really good, and I'm glad she is on Monday Night Raw. And of course, Mickie James got drafted to Monday Night Raw as well. She's a veteran, and I love her. She is fucking legend, let's be honest. Everybody loves Mickie James, right? So I'm excited to see some feuds with Mickie. I would love to see Sasha Mickie, with Sasha being the heel. I think that would be really dope. I'm excited to see what happens. So those were all the Raw newcomers this week. Arguably, I would say The Miz and Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss, definitely the biggest names out of those people that were added to Raw. Probably Ambrose as well, but that's to be argued, I guess. Moving on to SmackDown Live. Kevin Owens opens the show. So Kevin Owens going over to SmackDown is going to be really fucking amazing. I'm stoked that he's on SmackDown. Then, of course, he's cutting a promo. Sami Zayn interrupts. So Sami Zayn is somebody who is an acquired taste. I didn't like him at first, and I'm not the biggest fan of him by any means, but he's grown on me a little bit. But I don't think he is ever going to be that main event level where a lot of people want him to be. I just don't see that happening. I think he's going to be that solid mid-carder who Vince can rely on to put on really good matches. But moving over to SmackDown was the best bet for him, so I am happy for him in that regard. Then we have some filler people who got added, like Jinder Mahal, the Shining Stars. Sin Cara also got added. The big group that got drafted to SmackDown is the New Day. So I think that this is good for them. I hope that they end up branching off into their own careers. I would love to see Big E on his own. I think he could really kill it on SmackDown Live. I kind of want to do a mini little rant. I feel like with the women's division on SmackDown, I think that WWE definitely wasted a spot adding Tamina Snuka to the brand because she's almost 40 years old. What is she going to do? She's a fucking waste of space, and I don't even hate her. It's just like, we're in a new era. Why are we having Tamina, somebody who's never done anything in her entire career? I think it's a waste. But I am very, 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 very stoked that Charlotte is on SmackDown. I am excited to see what feuds she will have with all these new girls. I think Charlotte-Naomi feud, that would be lit as fuck. Like, I hope that's the SummerSlam match for SmackDown because that's going to be amazing. I saved the best for last. Rusev and Lana. Now, I am beyond elated with this decision because Rusev needed something to revitalize his career tenfold, and moving over to SmackDown was definitely the right thing to do. SmackDown is the land of opportunity, and Rusev, in my opinion, and maybe some of you might argue this, but I can definitely provide facts for this. He, in my opinion, is somebody who has gotten underutilized and overlooked more so than even Bray Wyatt, in my opinion. In my opinion, Rusev has been super underutilized since 2015. I am so happy they have made the decision to put him on SmackDown. Now he can really shine, and I honestly am calling it right now. Rusev Orton, SummerSlam. I cannot wait to laugh at all the haters when Rusev goes over and wins the WWE World title at SummerSlam. If booked correctly, I think Charlotte and Rusev and Kevin Owens were definitely the best acquisitions to SmackDown. I think overall, I would say SmackDown probably got better picks than Raw. There were a couple of cool people on Raw, you know, that got drafted, but I think as a whole, I think SmackDown is doing a little bit better. But let's talk about AJ Styles being in the mid-card. Now, I pose this question to you guys. Do you think AJ Styles is going to be in the mid-card permanently, or do you think he's just going to win the US title to give more prestige to the title, kind of like what Cena did in 2015 with these open challenges? I'm curious to know what you guys think, so definitely let me know and leave your opinions down below what you thought of the Superstar Shakeup. Overall, I was pretty pleased with the shakeup. I think SmackDown got the better hand, but I'm going to give it a little bit of time. I want to see what's going to happen with AJ Styles. I hope he's not going to be permanently in the mid-card because he's a fucking star, let's be honest. But maybe he's just going to give the US title some prestige. if he does beat Kevin Owens. My only real gripe with the Superstar Shakeup was Tamina Snuka getting added to SmackDown. I just feel like she's a discounted Nia Jax. She does not look threatening, especially now that Nia's around. She's not really threatening whatsoever. So I just feel like they could have brought up Billie Kay and Peyton Royce of NXT, you know, Team Iconic. I was really rooting for them to be called up, but no, they gave it to Tamina Snuka. I'm pretty sour on that, and I don't like that at all. I want your guys' opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe for more videos coming soon. I love you guys so much.